Hi, thanks for joining me in creating your self-love lifestyle. I'm Marcy Newman, your host, also known as the Heart Shift Coach. And today we're talking about something that seems to be coming up in a lot of people's lives that I've been speaking with recently. And so I'd like to address with you what to do when it seems like what self-love is asking of you is too much. So, first off, let me begin by saying to you, I totally get it. I understand exactly where you are and how it can feel like what you're being asked to do is just too much. How does this come to be? Well, a lot of times we experience this in ways where we are almost feeling like we're up against a wall, that maybe we're in a job or a relationship or at an impasse of some sort where we have to make a big decision. And we just don't feel like we're ready to make that decision, or we don't feel like we're ready to let go of that relationship, or we don't feel like we're ready to change careers or change where we live or how we live, or these really big life decisions. And so what often happens is we take that resistance and we misinterpret what it means. We think, oh, it must mean that I'm not supposed to make that decision, that I should just stay right where I am, or that what it's asking of me is too much, and I will never do that. I could never. I could never hurt another person like that, or just give up on my responsibilities, or I could never just move to another area or another state or maybe even another country. It's just not in my makeup. Well, what I want you to know is that the confusion arises because of the interpretation of that. The interpretation is misguided in that moment. You see, the universe would never ever ask you to hurt someone or to let go of responsibilities or to change where you live. It would never ask any of those things of you. And the reason for that is that those details are almost immaterial. What is important is that you start to take actions that are actually in alignment with what it is that you want to experience. So let me just back up for a second and try to clarify this a little bit. So the issue is not, for instance, when you're being called to leave a relationship, the issue is not about hurting another person. The issue is about you being true to yourself, about you standing up for your beliefs, that you are worthy of a better life, a more expansive, fulfilling relationship, one that maybe is less out of obligation and more about really finding that common ground and finding a true love exchange. It's never about being called to hurt another person, but it is about making yourself a priority. Because if you are not living in alignment with your true self, your gifts, your purpose, your passion can never come forward. Because those things are in a much higher vibrational frequency than you being in a relationship where you are being diminished or underappreciated or not loved, maybe even being abused. So it's only when we are the ones who are distorting what the universe is asking of us, what self-love is asking of us, that we get confused. It's the same with a career or a job. If you're staying in a job because you don't want to let the people who you're working with down, and in fact, that job is completely unfulfilling for you, or it's even draining your energy, self-love will invite you always into other opportunities where you will be able to share your gifts, find fulfillment, even be in your passion. Let's say you have a career that you've invested a lot of time and money and energy into, and one day you just decide that that's not what you want to do anymore. Should you just stay there? No. Your life is meant to be full and a full expression of the creative energy within you. We are meant to do nothing out of simple obligation. And furthermore, you will never ever be asked to sacrifice yourself under any circumstance. And the reason for that is that sacrifice is actually the antithesis of love. And love is the energy that we use to create new life with. So if you're not creating new life because you cannot access that energy, you will never find fulfillment. You will never find the level of love that your heart is yearning for. You'll never find your passion. You'll never even find your purpose. It's not possible. So this is actually quite important that we get these concepts. It's never about what or who you are leaving. It is always about what you are willing to do to give to yourself what is being offered to you so that you can live the life that you were actually brought here to live. To be happy, to be healthy, and of course to be sharing your gifts with the world. Your life is so important. You are so important to all the workings of the universe. We're so intricately connected, and we don't realize that most of the time. So what to do when it feels like what the universe or what self-love is asking for is just too much? Well, number one, we are to remind ourselves that we need to sort of back up and look at things differently. Again, where does the loyalty lie? How committed are you to creating a life that is in alignment with all that you are and all that you're meant to be? Because if you are committed to creating a self-love lifestyle, then the decision-making is actually quite clear. Will it be easy? No. It's never easy to step from a place where you think that you're comfortable and willingly step into a place that's totally uncomfortable. It's something that many of us avoid, and yet it's the one thing that will open up the energy, and the whole trajectory of that energy will shift. Because in that moment, you're aligning actually with your divine self, the self that you have come here to be, to demonstrate, to share love with the world. And so this giving up of whatever it is that is not serving and supporting your highest good, when it comes to that, I want you to know that it's actually a divine mission. It's part of your sacred journey to do so. And the most amazing thing happens when you do. Number one, you're going to experience freedom in a way that you probably have never experienced before. But number two, you're also giving permission to that person, those people, that job, that circumstance to find this for themselves. Will they be disappointed initially? They may be. They may even be angry. They may lash out at you. They may judge you. Actually, you can be certain they'll judge you under most circumstances. But here's the thing. This love that we are cultivating and developing for ourselves, it really must become the priority, because your being, all that you have come here to be, is exactly what the world is waiting for. Even though initially there may be just some disappointment because others have invested or are invested in you being what they want you to be, who they want you to be, and to live your life according to how they think that you should be living it. So these are growing pains, and they're actually quite common when it comes to creating a self-love lifestyle. But a growing pain is exactly what will take us from where we are to where we want to be, a more expansive version of ourselves. And so when we cultivate the courage that allows us to take each step in that journey, we are loving ourselves truly from the place of recognizing our divinity, our worth, our value, and aligning with bringing that message home. Home to where your heart is. And your heart has been waiting for you for a very, very long time. So let me leave that with you. It's really some deep, deep food for thought. And in the meantime, I'd like to leave you with this affirmation. I am worthy, I am deserving of all that life would have me live. I am a divine being here to create, to share my gifts, and to share my love with all that is. I am a divine being of light. Of course you're deserving. You're deserving of all that life has to bring, the best of it. So, with that, I'm going to ask also that if you have any comments, if this has resonated with you, or questions or anything, please leave them below in the comments section. Know that I truly am here for you, supporting this self-love lifestyle development. It's challenging, I know it is. And if there's any other way that I can help you, please don't hesitate to reach out. My coaching is second to none. I've been in this work now for over 50 years. And the experiences that I have had and the experiences of my clients that I've helped all around the world have brought me to where I am today, fully engaged in creating a self-love lifestyle that changes at every turn, that my heart shows me where it is yearning to go. Okay, so much love to you. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and please share my videos. There's so much information, so much heart that I want to share with everyone to support them also. And we're in this together. So let's join our hearts, our hands, and walk this walk of self-love in exactly that way. So much love to you, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.